Ever wished you could have a proper chat with your Italian grandparents and not rely on someone else to translate? It's not just about learning Italian, it's about connecting to your heritage and to your roots. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 12 simple but powerful Italian phrases that you can use right away that will melt your nonna's heart and bring a smile to your nonno's face, even if you're a complete beginner. And don't worry about taking notes, I've done all that hard work for you. To help you to practice everything you're about to learn here today, make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet with this lesson. It includes all the vocabulary and examples that you're about to see. Just click on the link in the description box below this video. Pronti? Iniziamo! Let's start with the first phrase. Imagine this, you walk into your nonna's house, instead of saying a quick hello, you greet her with a huge smile, you open your arms and you say,
Ciao nonna, nonno, come stai?
Hi grandma, grandpa, how are you? Now this is the perfect way to begin any visit or video call. It might sound pretty standard, but the magic is in the tone. Pair it with a big smile, a wave, and if you're in person, the famous baci, kisses on both cheeks. The next Italian phrase you can use with your nonni is
Mi sei mancata, mancato.
I missed you. This is such a sweet phrase because it instantly makes them feel very special. But be careful with the gender endings. Use mancata when speaking to your grandmother and mancato when speaking to your grandfather. Here's how to use it. Imagine you've just walked through the door after a long time apart. Drop your bags, give them a huge hug, look them in the eyes and say,
Nonno, mi sei mancato.
Grandpa, I missed you. It makes all the time you were apart just disappear. If you want to offer a helping hand, use this next Italian phrase, which is
Posso aiutarti?
Can I help you? This is the kind of love that Italian families value so much, not just spoken, but shown through actions. Asking this question proves that you're not just there to be a guest, but you want to participate in family life. Now say you've just finished a big lunch, your nonna is bustling around clearing up plates and getting the moka pot ready for coffee. Instead of just sitting there watching her work, stand up, grab a plate and ask,
Nonna, posso aiutarti?
Grandma, can I help you? Now even if you say this, she will almost certainly say something like,
No, lascia stare, riposati.
No, leave it, rest. But don't listen to her, smile and insist with something like,
Sì, dai.
Yes, come on. She might grumble, but she'll definitely appreciate the gesture. For this next phrase, this is what you should use if you really want to show how much you care about your grandparents. You can say,
Ti voglio tanto bene.
meaning I love you very much. This is one of the most meaningful things that you can say to your grandparents, but you need to switch your mindset here because English creates a bit of a false friend. While in English we use I love you for everything, husbands, wives, parents, and even pizza, there are two very different ways to say I love you in Italian. There's ti amo for romantic love. Save this one for your partner. And then there's ti voglio bene. This is reserved for family and friends. Its literal translation helps it make a bit more sense. It means I want good for you or I want you well. Ti voglio bene is the perfect way to end a phone call or say goodbye at the door before leaving. Even better if it's accompanied by a small head tilt and a tender smile. And if you want to say it to both of your nonni, your grandparents, at the same time, simply change the indirect object pronoun ti to vi and say, vi voglio bene. I love you. I want you well. Compliments go a long way, and if you want to compliment your nonni, you can say this next Italian phrase, which is
Sei il migliore, la migliore.
Meaning you're the best. Now this is a super easy compliment that you can slip in that will instantly make their day. You can say it when they do something wonderful, like fixing something, telling a funny joke, or best of all, when they make your favorite meal. you'll see that proud little grin that says, "Yep, I am the best." Are you enjoying this lesson? Don't let the learning stop here. Make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet with this lesson, which you'll find a link to in the description below this video. Now let's take a look at some simple phrases that you can use to spark everyday conversations and small talk. The first phrase that you can use is,
Cosa hai fatto di bello oggi?
this means, what nice things did you do today? It's a little bit better than just saying, come stai? Now this is the perfect conversation starter because it invites a story rather than a one-word answer. Ask it as you take your coat off or sit down at the table, keeping your tone genuinely curious. Just be ready because they might give you a detailed report, like who they saw at the market, what they cooked, how the weather's been, and even who passed away in the next village. But don't worry, you don't need to understand every single word to understand the gist of the story. Just listen, nod, and use short comments like,
Davvero?
really?
Che bello!
How nice. Now this next Italian phrase is probably something your nonna will ask you, but you should also use it on her. You can ask,
Hai mangiato?
did you eat? Now normally Italian grandparents will ask you this within the first 10 seconds of seeing you. But as they get older, asking them shows you are now looking out for them, just like they've always looked out for you. When they say yes, and they will, you can ask,
Cosa hai mangiato?
what did you eat? Then they'll start listing off everything that they ate, and they'll probably give you an update on their digestion too. Just be ready. Now, when Nonna's in the kitchen making something wonderful, you can say this next phrase, which is,
Che profumo! Cosa stai preparando di buono?
this means, what a great smell. What are you making that's so good? Now, don't let the length of this one scare you. This phrase is pure Italianness and very simple once broken down. Now, when you walk into your nonna's kitchen, chances are she's cooking something amazing, especially if she knew that you're coming. Saying this phrase is the ultimate compliment because Italian grandparents express their love through food. So it's like you're noticing her effort and giving her a moment to shine. And if you're talking on the phone and she mentions that she's cooking, you can obviously skip that, what a nice smell part, and just ask,
Cosa stai preparando di buono?
what are you making that's so good? Are you enjoying this lesson? Don't let the learning stop here. Make sure you download your free PDF cheat sheet, which includes all these phrases and real-world examples. Just click on the link in the description below this video. Now, one of the most beautiful parts of really connecting with your nonni are doing things together. Whether it's learning one of your nonna's famous recipes or asking your nonno about when he was young. These shared moments are how you honor your roots and keep your family's history alive. So here are some helpful phrases to help you do just that. The first phrase is,
Mi insegni a...
now this means, can you teach me how to? Now this is my absolute favorite phrase for building a natural bond with grandparents. Instead of stressing about finding topics to talk about, you create a shared activity. The pressure to speak perfect Italian disappears, and they get to feel proud about passing their knowledge down to you. Now say your nonno has an amazing orto, a vegetable garden. Mine did. There might be tomatoes the size of your head, while you can't even keep a basil plant alive. You could ask him,
Nonno, mi insegni a curare le piante?
Grandpa, can you teach me how to look after plants? Or if you're dying to learn that secret family recipe, ask,
Nonna, mi insegni a fare la tua torta di mele?
Grandma, will you teach me to make your apple pie? Learning a few Italian food words here can be very helpful. For this next phrase, this is where you get to find out how your grandparents met. To do that, you can ask them,
Come hai conosciuto il nonno? La nonna?
meaning, how did you meet Grandpa, Grandma? Now, this is a classic question that often sparks romantic, funny, or touching stories. It's a beautiful way to celebrate your grandparents' love and to find out a little bit more about their history. Now, while they are telling their story, show that you are listening by asking questions like,
È stato amore a prima vista?
Was it love at first sight?
E poi cosa è successo?
And then what happened? Use this next phrase if you really want to get to know their history. You can do that by asking this question.
Mi racconti di quando eri piccolo, piccola?
Will you tell me about when you were little? By asking this phrase, you'll learn all about the games that they played growing up, the trouble they got into, and the traditions that they grew up with. Now, before you ask, make sure you get the ending right. Piccolo is used when you speak to your grandfather. Piccola you use when speaking to your grandmother. After you ask, just sit close, listen, and nod. And when they finish sharing a happy memory, you can smile, sigh, and say,
Che bei tempi!
"What good times!" It shows you appreciate the nostalgia and the beauty of their story. Now, I included this next phrase because there's nothing more important than capturing moments together. To do that, make sure you say,
Facciamo una foto insieme.
"Let's take a photo together." Now, while it's important to live in the moment with your family, don't forget to capture some memories on camera. This is the perfect phrase to use to capture those special moments with your nonni that you'll treasure forever. Plus, grandparents love photos. Expect them to immediately straighten up their clothes, adjust their hair, and flash their biggest smile for the camera. Now, a big part of communicating with your grandparents is learning about hand gestures. Now, learning these phrases is a big step, but if you really want to connect with your nonni, there is just one more secret ingredient that you need to know. It's body language. Italians have a very expressive way of communicating that relies a lot on contact. For them, physical affection is a completely natural part of daily family conversation. This could be a hand on the arm while you're talking, a reassuring pat on the shoulder, a big kiss on both cheeks, or walking arm in arm, a braccetto, even if it's just to the sofa. These are all natural expressions of love and connection, so don't be stiff and shy when you speak to your nonni. Make contact and really show how happy you are to be with them. Now that you've got these 12 simple phrases that you can use with your nonna and nonno, there's one challenge that most learners miss. Now, when you say one of these phrases, your nonni won't reply slowly. They'll reply fast, with stories, expressions, and sometimes a bit of dialect. So if you want to actually understand everything that they say, make sure you watch this video next. I'll show you 5 practical tips to understand fast-spoken Italian so you can stay in the conversation and enjoy those moments instead of second-guessing yourself.